in their 30s, legally single with no kids, are the happiest demographic.
So that is me. I am single in my 30s. I don't have kids. I've never been married. And I can just say that I am my happiest, a lot happier than in my 20s when I was really kind of chasing that life because I felt like that's what society tells us to do. Now, I don't like to compare because I think people can be happy no matter what your life path is, if it's true to you and what brings you joy. So I don't think there's wrong with either, but there's a big stigma, especially around women who don't choose that route or have found themselves on other paths and single a little bit later in life. But I'm here to say that I'm very happy in that role and there's nothing wrong with it no matter which way you go. But I love connecting with other females who also have kind of found different paths because sometimes we do get put into this box of not being happy when we really are.
So basically this chick, both of them are starting off with a complete lie because if you look at the statistics, which women hate, if you look at the facts of this, women who are unwed, childless, unattached, unmarried, don't have a man, are the unhappiest. They're the ones who are the most depressed, using the most antidepressants, seeing therapists, seeing psychologists. These are the ones that, as they get older, not only do they find it harder to find a man, but they become more hopeless, more demoralized, and more dependent on these antidepressants to keep them happy. Right, so these chicks are basically citing a study that, of course, was done by some leftist, some woke jerk out there that did a very small sample study of pretty much other women who are leftists who would basically lie and say they're happy and all this other stuff when clearly they're not, because the actual studies that were done fairly and honestly with a large group of women did cite that they are very unhappy when they, and regretful. They didn't have kids. They didn't get married. They didn't settle down. Okay? And I just, before I even make that point, what's up, Giz? They're saying that this generation of women are the loneliest generation to ever come along in history, and they are going to be the loneliest. They are going to die alone, and we're going to have more single women, the most amount of single women die alone than at any point in history. Right? And I've always said, just from a self-development standpoint, that we're humans, right? We are meant to socialize. We are social creatures. We are meant to share with each other. I mean, this chick right now in the video, she's a hypocrite because here she is sharing, right? She's trying to share her story. Both of them, they're trying to share with other people. You need other people, right? Especially of the opposite sex, especially a man, especially if you're a woman, right? It's a very lonely and dangerous world when you don't have a male partner to protect you, to love you, to support you, to be there for you, to share life with. You hear a lot of these older women, because we cover them here on my channel, a lot of these older women, especially in their 40s and 50s, just miserable. They are miserable being single. I have not seen a single one where the chick's like, oh, it's great, 50, fabulous at 50. I'm loving my life. No, they're all just, they look like somebody just stuck their face in the sand, right? I mean, they all look very unhappy, because that's what happens when you don't have kids, you don't have a family, you don't have a man, and you think that you could just roll through life being you, right? Being alone. Life is not that short in those terms when you're gonna fly solo like that as a female. Different story if you're a guy, but we're talking about women here. If you're going to fly solo as a female, life is long. It's like sitting in class. You guys remember sitting in class? You guys are my age. And you'd sit back in class, you'd look at that clock, the ticking clock, and you'd be just watching the clock waiting for class to end. It's like looking at it, tick, 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 and you just couldn't wait for it to end. As a single female, that's what it'll feel like. Just time will be passing you by. Meanwhile, your friends, at least your smart friends, smart coworkers, smart family members, the times you're going to see them, I mean, because you're going to need them, right? The few people that you have in your social circle, You're going to be running off to these family parties or reunions, whatever else. You're going to be sitting there by yourself while everybody else has families. You're going to be going to dinner by yourself, as Kevin Samuels used to say, table for one. Table for one, ma'am. We have your table ready. Just you, right? Just one menu. Here you go. You're going to be there by yourself. You're going to be like those chicks going to movies by themselves. I see them sometimes. I'm out with my girl and they sit there and they watch a movie by themselves, and they take trips to Europe by themselves. And it's sad, right? Because we are meant to share. Right? It doesn't mean that you can't spend any time alone. I like to do it, right? But I'm a guy. We're lone wolves. We like alone time. But women, as much as they brag about it, when the time comes and they don't have the options like they do in their 20s to they have basically the world is their oyster in their 20s, right? They have just everybody's giving them nothing but attention and validation in their 20s, right? I mean, these chicks, this is why they get such a big head in their 20s. It's like everybody is just inundating them with attention, validation, supplication, especially if she's attractive, you name it. They're getting all of it and then some. But once they start to hit their 30s, it starts to evaporate, right? It starts to erode. And especially once that chick turns 40, she's basically invisible. She's basically invisible, right? I mean, even if she's kept up her attractiveness, guys will still look, guys will still want to bang her, but none of those guys are going to put a ring on it. None of those guys are going to commit to her for life. No, that time has passed. That ship has sailed. The parade has passed you by if you let that go. So a lot of these foolish women who are out there giving other foolish women this horrible life advice will live to regret it. Okay, they will live to regret it, because for women, being alone in your 40s, your 30s, 40s, especially your 40s and 50s, it is just very, very depressing. And this is why, statistically, let's stick with the facts here, because women don't like facts, but just sticking with the facts here, if you look at the statistics of women on antidepressants, as they get older, it goes up dramatically. Why do you need antidepressants? It's because you don't have anybody to share life with. You're trying to conquer life on your own. It's pretty scary out there, especially if you're female. Right? Again, it's a dangerous world. And so many of these women end up regretting the fact that they did not have a family. Statistically, so many of these women end up regret not having a family once they hit especially once they hit their 40s. They regret it. And they say, like, if I could only go back, I would change that because I feel unfulfilled, right? A lot of these women, they love to say the word deserve. I deserve this, I deserve that. But a lot more of these older women are saying, I feel unfulfilled, right? The weird reason why they feel unfulfilled is because they're childless. They have nobody. They have nobody, right? Their parents are aging. Their parents are going to die off pretty soon. And then they're going to have nobody. Their brothers or sisters probably married off, or they moved to different states, so they're alone. You know, I just talked about my grandmothers in an earlier coaching video that I did recently, and I talked about how my grandmothers were born in the earlier 1900s, like 1910 and 1926, both my grandmas, right? So their husbands passed away 20 years before they passed away. So they had essentially 20 more years of life to live without their husbands after, you know, having them. However, my grandmothers were never lonely. They were never alone. You know why? Because they weren't alone. They were constantly doing things with the family, because not only did they have kids, which were my parents, but they had grandkids, which were my siblings' kids, right? They had their kids, they had grandkids, and then not only that, but then my siblings' kids ended up having kids, so now they had great grandkids, right? So anytime throughout the year, they always had something to look forward to. Christmas parties, Christmas, graduations, recitals, you know, school events, you name it. I mean, my grandmothers were constantly just engaging with all of these little beings in our family. And I mean, I still have photos of that, and I see just how happy they were. I mean, they would just light up, you know, holding their great grandkids in their hands, and, you know, spending time with their own grandkids and their kids. I mean, you know, my parents, they spent a lot of time with my parents still. they were always busy. My parents would take them out. They would do things together. You know, my mom would take her mom, my grandmother, like gambling and stuff at times. My grandma loved to gamble. And so they were always doing something, right? And they lived a full life, right? They were never alone. They always had us. They were never alone. However, this generation of women we have now are going to be the most alone and the most lonely of any generation we've ever had. The most single, the most unwed, the most childless. And you know what we're going to see? We're going to see, I guarantee it, we're going to see suicide rates kick up. We're going to see definitely suicidal thoughts kick up. We're going to see antidepressants. The usage is going to increase dramatically, especially among women, as it already is. I mean, to the point where I even mentioned that I'm probably going to be investing in some of these pharmaceuticals that offer, some of these drug companies that offer these antidepressants that are mostly geared towards women, because I think that it's going to be pretty profitable in the future from what we have coming up. But if you're female and you're subscribed to my channel, stay away from chicks like this, even if you are in your 30s. I always just say age gracefully and do the best you can. But don't listen to chicks like this. You know, don't listen to girls like this, because they're going to lead you down to the slaughter, right? They're basically leading you to the slaughter, and whether they know it or not, I always say, like, girls are out there to sabotage each other. You don't have each other's backs at all. I mean, if I was a female, the last person I would trust is another female. No way. Because whether they do it consciously or subconsciously, they're going to sabotage you. If you're a threat to them, if you seem happier to them, they're going to find a way to sabotage you. As always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, anything you'd like to share, anything I might have missed. Always love to see you guys in my comments. I always love to read them, so drop the comments below. I'm about to go through this car wash over here, so you can see the car in front of me. Got to wash the Rover, Land Rover. So, until next time. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, more importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, it helps me out a ton, especially right now, guys. YouTube is on this just purge of, you know, not promoting channels like ours that are trying to help men. Okay, they don't like this type of content, so I need you guys to help me spread the word. So if you have other like-minded friends of yours who are also ready to be unplugged from the blue pill matrix and are ready to be red pilled, share my coaching videos with them so they could get a taste of what they're going to learn. Okay, promote my work and get them to subscribe to my channel, right? But it helps me out a ton when you guys are subscribed to my channel, because then we could really help grow and really build this thing and really change the world, right? That's what we're here to do. We're here to change the world. So can't do it all by myself. Need you guys to help me out. So appreciate it if you subscribe and you get other like-minded red pill friends of yours to subscribe to my channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The best looking and most high caliber women on the planet. The type of women that your friends can only dream about. The type of women that your friends will only see in magazines. I'm going to teach you how to get these girls and bring them into your life. I'm going to teach you where to find them, what to say to them, how to approach them, and how to bring them into your life. I'm teaching you guys this stuff in 7 Months to Mastery. Okay, and I have many successful students who've been with me for years now that are in successful relationships. I've had more than a few students marry the woman of their dreams. We get thank you letters literally every single day. Okay, my staff, myself, constantly getting comments, thank you letters, like, oh my God, Em, you saved my life. I married the woman of my dreams, and oh, we've got this beautiful family now, and oh, you know, I met this girl and now she's my girl. I can't believe this chick is my girlfriend. Oh my God, I've dreamt about this chick forever. So I teach you how to get these girls and bring them into your life, right? The hottest girls on the planet, it's the 8s, 9s, and 10s. That's all we focus on, guys. So if you want to jump into 7 months to mastery, the first month is only $1, right? It's only $1 for the entire first month. And the reason why it's only $1 is because I want you to check it out for yourself and see how powerful these coaching lessons actually are and how much they can actually help you. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, and all you have to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.